I'm feeling very nostalgic, looking at some very old brands of chocolates, some I haven't seen for years.
I remember we've got Kit Kat now, and it still looks decidedly like this. However, it's in more of a plastic foil, whereas it used to be like a paper cover and underneath
Silver foil.
silver foil. And then I just remember having to run my finger along to break off each one and eat it.
Bar 6, that was the same as Kit Kat, but for short people. It had 6. It was instead of that way.
And it was only 4p.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember finger of fudge. Do you remember the adverts?
Oh, it was never enough.
Finger of fudge is just enough to give your kids a treat. It's full of Cadbury goodness.
And very good to eat.
Yeah.
Are you a fruit and nut case, Katie?
I am definitely fruit
Where's
and nut
fruit and
over
nuts?
here,
Fruit and
but the
nut
packaging's
case.
very different now because it's all in purple.
Yeah.
Where's the fruit and nut?
However,
Oh God,
the
how it's so
fruit-
different.
The fruit and nut
Yeah.
was in like a classic white background with pictures of the fruits and the nuts.
And then there's the Taste of Paradise.
Oh yes, Bounty.
Yeah.
But you know what was more iconic was the flake.
The flake. Look at the flake.
The flake here, there's plain flaked here. And then what does that
Milk
say?
flake.
Dipped flake.
Oh,
Dipped
dipped
flake,
flake.
which had a smoother outer, which
See-
had got changed into the 12.
Oh yes, of course. Now I remember the
Yes.
flake, the classic flake, but I remember it slightly later, and it was a yellow covering, wasn't
Yes,
it?
it is yellow now.
With the purple writing.
And don't leave a crunchy bar on your cupboard because the ants will get it. It's put me off for life.
You know how I eat crunchy? I bite a bit off, and then because it's got the honeycomb inside, I have to suck the honeycomb right down with my tongue. Do you know, a lot of people eat chocolate bars and sweets differently, like with Twixes. I have to bite the caramel and the chocolate off the first bit, the top bit, and then eat the biscuit. Anyway, so that's me. Milky bars are on me. I remember that
Milky
from
Bar
the
Kids.
yeah. I remember the
Milky
little
Bar Kid
blonde head
is
boys
strong
in
and tough.
the advert.
Yes.
He wanted to be in the advert, so I could get the Milky Bars from him. What else we got on Mars bar? That's iconic, but it's shrunk now. That used to be huge. The Mars bar was
Or
literally.
maybe our hands have got a lot bigger.
They have shrunk though. They are more fun size.
And here it's only 3p though. How much are they now?
70 pence.
70 pence.
Or £3 for £1.20 in Tesco's, isn't it? But they are extortionate.
Oh, what about the milk tray? Do you remember the milk tray?
Just because the lady loves, you know.
Yes.
All because the lady
It
loves.
was a very seductive, mysterious advert, and you had the guy dressed in black, never revealing his identity.
Yeah.
A bit
like
like
a rapist, really.
I was going
And
to
actually,
say
these
James
days, you
Bond.
wake up and the bloke's in your about to give you
She
some
was-
milk tray. You'd
she
punch him in the
was-
face, wouldn't you? Let's face it.
Well, I think she was very lazy. She wasn't a feminist by any stretch of the imagination, and she just relied on her chocolate delivery, not by Ocado, but
Or
by
Tesco's,
but
that's
by
right,
some weird
Random
guy
bloke who's a bit desperate.
But he always had a rope handy to swing into her castle.
Exactly, rapist.
And then what about? Do you remember the Yorkie?
Oh yeah, you could. I only vaguely remember it because I wasn't allowed to eat it because
just
being
for men.
it was just for men, wasn't it? Not the hair colouring, just for men. Yeah, you could boys only, wasn't it?
I miss the Texan bar.
Oh, tell me
It
about
was
the
a
Texan bar.
cowboy. It was gorgeous. It was a chewy caramel candy, which was just really, it stuck to your teeth, but it was lovely. It was coated in milk chocolate. I loved it.
Well, see, like the Lion Bar and the Picnic Bar are very similar, aren't they? And they're very chewy with wafer and caramel again. But
I used to remember the double deckers having raisins and made out of cornflakes.
Oh
The
yes.
actual base had more raisins and cornflakes in it, the bon base in it.
And it had a orange foil wrapper.
Ah, okay. What else have we got? Buttons. I used to love having the buttons.
Of course, now you've got giant buttons for people that want to feel that they're young again.
You've got giant buttons, or you've even got orange buttons, mint buttons.
Oh, you've got diamond buttons. You've got
Really?
all sorts of
Yes.
buttons. Yeah.
Maltesers, they haven't changed a lot.
No, they haven't,
They're
no.
fantastic.
Oh, I do miss a
Good
drifter.
Oh, what happened to the drifter?
Did you pick many up in the 70s?
You know, the old drifter. Yeah, in the old day, you know.
I like the
especially in-
drifter. It was
especially
nice
in
and
roadside
chewy.
stations.
Don't know about the weekend. No, apart from he's performing at some point.
And I don't remember the Swiss kit either.
I don't know.
All the butter.
I think Mum had enough
Snap.
nutties in her time, actually. But I always remember the Dairy Crunch because they were always in the chocolate machines on stations, train stations. You'd have the 4 bars. One would be the Dairy Crunch, one would be the fruit and nut, one would be the
Classic
Dairy Milk.
roses. If you wanted to thank your neighbour for collecting your kid who you'd let out in the morning and told them to come back when it got dark, and they got lost in the forest with a local weirdo, and then the neighbour found them, and then you go round the next day and give them a box of roses.
Absolutely.
And Fenella, can you tell me about these spangles?
The Spangles were in various, well, actually 2 flavours, which was orangeade or lemonade, which gave you the impression that the sweet was actually fizzy, which is in fact actually a complete and utter lie. The Spangles weren't fizzy,
Were they like boiled?
they were boiled
sweets.
sweets that
Is
were
this fizzy?
square with a round dimple in the middle. They were very nice,
Oh yeah.
but
they
I
were,
always thought maybe they could be
they were
fizzy.
concave, weren't they? They were square,
They
but
were
then
concave,
they
the
were concave.
concave.
Love the curly whirly.
Yes.
Oh, me too. I
And
love
the
the curly
whirly
way.
smaller. Definitely smaller.
It's definitely that's
curly
another
whirly, yeah.
that's another proportion difference there. It could be
You
the
could have
size.
actually used a curly whirly in the old days. As a ladder, it was that big.
I used it as a ruler in school
Did you?
because then if you were naughty, the teacher used to get the ruler and it'd smack you round the back. And if you pretended the curly whirly was a ruler, it just then it bent, didn't it?
Yeah.
But then you could have it at break time. Only half though, and then you could only do
Half the
half the equations. Yeah.
No graphs in the afternoon.
There's more wafers, lots of wafers.
I remember
going on
wafers.
here.
Yeah.
And what's
They also had a. They had a.
Oh, toffo! Didn't they come in?
Oh,
They were
toffos, yes. Toffos had the plain toffo, or then you had the fruit flavoured toffo packet as well,
Yes.
which had a licorice and it had banana.
Oh, I used to like
the
that.
banana toffees and
You had different
strawberry.
flavours.
Yeah,
It was very confusing. And what was that then?
LGBT toffees, basically.
You've got a whole host of other sweets out there, like sweet spinach.
So, thank you very
Sweet
much.
spinach.
What's that?